In a perfect world, you would figure out your exact height and look at all the mathematical medical charts, figure out what your exact weight is, do the computations, look up online the precise number of calories you need to maintain your ideal weight, and then you would simply count the calories of every single thing you consume all day long. If you do that and you make sure you're eating healthy food, not eating a lot of processed sugars, all that, you will fairly soon get to your ideal weight. It's a mathematical impossibility not to. Here's the problem. Nobody does that. It's insanely difficult to count calories. And I've rarely ever seen anyone who started down that path who didn't give up. Maybe they give up after 2 days, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 6 months. But counting the calories of every single thing you eat and measuring it and counting and all that, it's so tedious, it's so much work. If you had the discipline to count every calories, you would already be in perfect shape because you would be the most disciplined person in the world. So I don't want to send you down that path where you're basically guaranteed to fail because it's too time consuming, it's too tedious. You're at a restaurant, it's not a national chain, and you don't know the calories because it's not on there. How are you going to figure it out? You're going to bring a little scale every time you go out to a restaurant? Or are you going to never go to a restaurant again because you're going to measure the exact number of calories or only eat frozen meals where the calories are on there? No, you can't do it. I dare you. So I'm not a fan of suggesting that you count calories. However, I'm a huge fan of calorie eyeballing. Now, what's the difference? What do I mean by that? If you go to a restaurant, let's say a worst case scenario, a cheesecake factory. It's a chain where they have entrees in the thousands of calories. So it's pretty easy to figure out, and they have to list their calories. If you go to a cheesecake factory and you have an appetizer that's 1,000 calories, maybe a salad, another 1,000, an entree that's 2,000, a dessert could be 1,500, 2,000. It's pretty easy to just do basic math where you're eyeballing it. You're not sitting there with a calculator. You're just saying, okay, 1, 2, wow, 8,000 calories if I eat what I want, what everyone else at the table is eating at this restaurant tonight. Well, you know that you need roughly 2,000 calories, maybe 2,500 calories if you're a larger man or taller man. You know there's basically no way you can have that without gaining weight, unless you ran a marathon that day. And I'm going under the assumption you are not running marathons every day. That's what I mean by calorie eyeballing. You can sort of figure out in general, okay, I had that bowl of cereal for breakfast, or I had that egg sandwich at Starbucks, 500 calories. I had more at lunch, I had a soup and salad at lunch, and it was maybe 900 calories. So I know, maybe 1,000. So I know at dinner I need to have roughly 1,000 calories. And certainly if you're at a restaurant or you're purchasing something for home and you see the serving size says it's 1,200 calories, you know there's a problem. So that's what I mean by calorie eyeballing. It's very difficult to count every single calorie all day, and it's easy to just give up. Calorie eyeballing is pretty easy. If you know you had a normal breakfast, a normal lunch, now it's dinner time and you didn't do anything extraordinarily like running 10 miles or working out in the gym for 4 hours, you basically know you can't overdo it. And whether it's at a restaurant or you're cooking at home, whether you are told the exact calories or not, you can kind of figure it out and guess. You don't have to be right to the exact calorie or within 10 calories or even 100 calories. But within 1,000 calories, you do need to be right. You can't consistently eat 1,000 calories more than your body needs without gaining weight. So this is what I recommend. Do calorie eyeballing. Figure, yeah. If you know you had a lunch a lot bigger than normal, you had a sandwich that's twice as big as what you normally eat, you've got to figure out dinner time, I'm going to eat a smaller meal than normal. And if you see at a restaurant a dessert that's this big, you don't have to be some genius to figure out it's probably a couple thousand calories. If I eat that whole thing, it's going to be a problem. So share it with 2 or 3 other friends or family members, or eat a part of it and bring the rest home. Calorie counting, difficult. Calorie eyeballing, easy.